Chapter 37. Picking Up the Pieces. Allie laid bare and unconscious on the cold basement floor at the base of the ark. The basement was dark, pitch black, with a small blue sliver of light coming from upstairs. She had no welcome committee this time. No friends holding signs or cakes in celebration of her arrival. Just the damp darkness of the basement, abandoned and left in ruins. A faint smell of burnt wood hung in the air, followed by the sound of light footsteps moving around upstairs. Allie remained motionless, her eyes shut, blissfully asleep. Dublin's wet nose came sniffing down the stairs one plank at a time, carefully avoiding the broken steps. He reached the bottom and sniffed his way past the broken desk with the computer screen lying on the floor. Dublin wandered up to Allie and sniffed the top of her head before giving her a gentle lick on the ear. Allie slowly opened her eyes. Her body felt sore. The same sore feeling as when she had first awoken and found herself in the world between worlds. Only this time, Sim's caring arms were nowhere to be found. Allie sat up from the floor and petted Dublin on the back of the head. She placed her other hand on the back of her own head, trying to soothe the aching pain. She looked up at the light glimmering from the doorway above the stairs. She felt a chill, realizing her clothes were now missing once again. Only this time, she had a reason why.
Dublin! Come on, boy!
The upstairs light grew brighter as the door was pushed open. The gleam of a flashlight scanned across the stairs. Allie watched for whoever it was now making their way down the steps.
Dublin! Come on!
The light reached the bottom of the stairs and pointed over toward her. She lifted one hand up to block the light from her eyes, using the other hand to cover herself.
I don't believe it. As I live and breathe.
Leo pointed the flashlight at Allie in disbelief.
Allie?
Leo hurried over to her. He placed the flashlight down on the ground and slipped his dirty jacket off and wrapped it around her. Dublin cuddled up next to her on the floor.
Leo, did you find him?
Asked another familiar voice from upstairs.
Yeah, and something else while I was down here.
Said Leo in a hushed tone.
We're like someone we've all been missing.
Vila made her way down the broken steps and looked over to see Allie sitting on the floor with Leo's jacket wrapped around her. Allie sat still, pushing the grogginess away from her eyes as her body shivered.
Bless my soul,
said Vila.
Hold on. Stay right there for a second,
said Leo. He picked up his flashlight and hurried over to the lockers laying down on the ground near the stairs. Vila hurried over to Allie. She knelt down and wrapped her arms around her. Leo grunted, prying open the fallen locker doors. He pulled out the pink robe given to Allie to replace her wet clothes by Alexander.
We thought you were gone for good, dear.
Here,
said Leo, handing Vila the robe. Allie removed Leo's jacket while Vila helped slip the robe over her head. Leo replaced the jacket around Allie's shoulders to help keep her warm.
Sam told everyone he sent you home,
said Leo, pointing the flashlight down at her.
He did,
Allie replied, standing up with Vila's help. She held the jacket with her arms crossed.
I came back.
Allie scanned the room, seeing the basement was in ruins. The railing on the stairs was now broken, with the desk chair and bench lying at the bottom. The air smelled stale and shallow, as though no one had been there in days.
Come on, let's get you someplace warmer, dear,
said Vila, helping Allie over to the stairs. Allie made her way up the steps to the top to find the basement door lay broken off its hinges. Allie could hardly believe her eyes. Every wall of Sim's home was burned and charred. The chandelier over the entry lay broken on the marble floors, covered in ash and charcoal. The support beams for the ceiling were cracked, burned, or left broken on the floor as the sun's rays shone in from above. The living room bookshelves were all scorched. The suit of armor was in pieces on the floor, next to the red velvet couch, now a faint shade of washed-out red and black. Allie could hardly make out what used to be the dining room. The table was all but non-existent. with only a few chairs left, either broken or burned.
Look who came for a visit,
said Leo as they walked into the living room. Huddled next to the partially destroyed fireplace sat Merek, Roz, and 3 of Roz's soldiers. Merek stood up and stared at Allie in shock.
Holy shit,
said Merek, walking over to her.
Ha! Well, hot damn,
said Roz.
What's your language, both of you?
Shouted Vila.
we thought you went home.
Said Merek, giving Allie a hug.
I did. Couldn't stand it, though. Being here with you all sounded much better.
Glad to hear it.
Said Merek.
What happened here?
Asked Allie, looking around at the sad remains of the house.
Everyone happened.
Replied Leo.
After Sem sent you home, we all hid down below in the caverns. We tried to make Sem come with us, but he said no. Said it wouldn't end until Otto had him and the Ark together. Once they made it inside, we heard Sem tell them about how he sent you home and how the Ark was useless now. Otto was furious. They took Sem and burned the house down. Otto tried to stop everyone from destroying the house, but the beast had been unleashed. We've all been hiding here since, trying to keep low.
right under their noses the whole time,
said Roz, grinning widely.
I'm sure Otto knew where we were. I just don't see why he didn't come after us too.
He wasn't out for revenge, Merek. He just wanted to go home, just the same as everyone else. I'm sure deep down, he's still the same Otto we all know.
Vila replied.
The whole Alpha District has been quarantined, cut off from the other districts. The council was forced to evacuate and be transferred to the parish to help keep order on the other islands. Once Sem announced there was no longer a way home, everyone lost it. The city turned to chaos, even more so than before.
How did you get back, though? Sem said the Ark was useless now. Otto tried to start it, and even he couldn't get it to work.
It's a really long story with some help from a few friends, Merek. I'll tell you about it later, but first, we need to help Sem.
Allie replied. Roz adjusted his glasses and wandered around the red velvet couch.
We'd best do it quickly, then. They're aiming to have your boyfriend executed at the square tomorrow morning. In public.
Roz's words brought a sharp pang of guilt. Allie tried not to reproach herself for waiting so long to return. Now was not the time for guilt.
How many people do we have with us?
My guys are spread out all over the city trying to defend themselves. But if you have a plan of action, sweetheart, I'd love to hear it.
Said Roz, spitting into the fire with an intrigued grin.
Leo, do you think you can get in touch with people off the island?
Depends. Who do you need to get in contact with?
Allie pulled Leo's jacket off and threw it on the couch as she spoke with a readied voice.
I think we're going to need help from a few more friends.
Hey everyone, this is Nick Eriksen, the voice of Leo from Sem Adventures Across Time. If you've enjoyed your adventure across time so far, be sure to check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/TS Wieland. With your support, you'll gain early access to the next chapter of the book, and even a copy of the book itself. With your contribution, more thrilling and inspiring audiobooks can be made every day through hard work, time, and dedication of voice actors and artists all across the world, including myself, all working together. From all of us here in the world between worlds, we'd like to thank you for joining us on our adventures.